Hey friends, it's Reesh and I am back with another video. I'm about to tell y'all how this whole pandemic thing has turned my pregnancy upside down. I hope you are in a comfy chair or in the bed like me, and we are really about to just hop right into this convo. Be sure to like and subscribe on this video before we get into this while I have all you beautiful people here. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So I decided to do this video because as a new mama and as just a new parent, as a pregnant person, this is a super hectic time for us right now. I'm sure lots of other moms have a lot of concerns just like I do. So I'm sure a lot of people are going to find this video super duper relatable if you are pregnant, if you are expecting a baby during the pandemic, and I'm just voicing some of the concerns that I have been having now that Sunnie is getting a little bit bigger. We're still in quarantine, and it seems that the quarantine is getting extended and extended and extended. So these are just some of my major concerns and how this pandemic has really affected my pregnancy in a major way, a very unexpected way. And yeah, so let's just hop right into it. So my first major concern, and I made a list because I got 4 major points that I want to go over before this video is over. So I just want to make sure I'm staying on task. So here we go. Let's jump into this list. So my major concern, first major concern, it has been my doctor's appointments. So a lot of doctors are opting to do telehealth, which is basically when they either Zoom or Skype in with the patients to do an update for, you know, whatever your concern may be. Different doctors are doing, excuse me, not just OBGYNs, other doctors are choosing this route as well. So the thing with my particular situation is that I am considered I have a high risk pregnancy right now. So far, and don't be alarmed anybody, my pregnancy has been super pleasant in terms of, you know, aches and pains, and I haven't had any bleeding, I haven't had any serious, you know, concerns on my end. However, I have been diagnosed with having a placenta previa. Basically what that means is that my placenta is lying, and I have full placenta previa. So my placenta is lying directly over the entrance of my cervix. This affects you and baby because your placenta could rupture, which could cause hemorrhaging and bleeding. You cannot deliver your baby vaginally if your placenta previa does not relieve itself before you go into labor. And so doctors want to keep up with that. I've been on pelvic rest, and now I'm on bed rest because I have not had an appointment due to all this stuff that's going on right now. So, you know, they're just telling me to take it easy. Now, it's hard to say that telehealth could be useful for my situation because the only way that I will know if my placenta has moved is if I get a vaginal ultrasound. So, you know, you can't do that via telehealth. You know what I'm saying? Also, me and Tamon just recently changed over doctors from a doctor that was over an hour away to a doctor that has been closer. Now, I haven't had a formal appointment with this new doctor, which is a major concern of mine because, you know, I'm my mom. I want to talk about our birth plan. I want to talk about, you know, whether they are abiding by traditional medical measures when it comes to certain things, certain concerns when it comes to our pregnancy, and I just want to be in control of my birthing experience. So there's a lot of things that maybe a typical doctor would opt to do that I would not like to do. For instance, the position that I'm going to be in if I get to deliver vaginally, which is crossing our fingers, so that's what I would like. Some doctors say, you know, they want you to lie straight on your back with your legs in stirrups. I'm hoping to not have to be in that position, as I don't feel like it's going to be the most comfortable position for me. Obviously, this is my first delivery, or this will be my first birth. So, you know, I don't know what position I want to be in, but I want to feel like I have control over how I would like to position my body when I'm pushing out my baby, or my placenta. So, you know, before I even knew that I had placenta previa, I had already made a plan. Well, Taman and I had made a plan that we were going to delay our cord cutting. So, because I want her to get all of her stem cells. Kudos to everybody who decides to put their placenta on ice, or those who decide to just let them go ahead and cut the cord, you know, a few minutes after, and they, you know, they go ahead and they use your cells for stem cell research, all those things. I don't want that. I want Sunnie to get everything, all the good blood out of her placenta, so I'm choosing to delay my cord cutting. That has already been a decision that I have made, and I will change doctors again if it means that I cannot make that decision the day of our birth. Which, this is why it's important for me to be able to have these appointments ahead of time. Another concern is, you know, how many patients are going in and out of this doctor's office? Has the doctor been tested for, you know, the virus? Is that gonna put us at risk? Should I go into my appointment with, you know, suited and booted? Should I be in that with gloves on and a face mask on? Or have they taken the proper, you know, made it possible for moms to feel totally comfortable and totally safe in their doctor's office? Who have they been exposed to? There are just so many things that you're thinking about now, you know, when you're a new mom. So yeah, those are my main things. My doctor's appointments being delayed, not knowing the status of my placenta previa, the fact that I haven't had many sonograms is another thing that I'm also concerned about. Granted, I have read and done my research, so I know that you're not supposed to have a ton of sonograms. You don't need to have a ton of sonograms, because it actually could really, it could have an effect on the baby's hearing. And so I'm totally fine with not having a ton of sonograms, okay? But let me tell y'all, I am 26 weeks, okay? I am almost 27 weeks, almost in my 3rd trimester. And we have had one sonogram. We have seen our baby once. So yeah, that just doesn't seem like a lot. Like, it's not a lot, it's one. And we want the experience of other moms. You know, our experience has kind of been like, I don't know, it's definitely been disrupted because of this whole thing. I understand I don't want a ton of sonograms. I don't need a sonogram every month. But at the same time, I'm entering into my 3rd trimester, and I would like to see my baby. I would like to see how she's doing in there, how she's growing in there. And I feel like, you know, some of those things have been heavily affected by this whole thing that's going on. So the next thing on my list, which I mentioned briefly, was birth plan. So if my placenta has moved, the plan was to then start looking into other options that would expose us less to people who could possibly have the virus, i.e. not having her in a major hospital, which could possibly mean a home birth, okay? So we have the space for a home birth. I'm totally fine and comfortable with having a home birth if that is the best option for us. However, I'm also open to being at a birthing center, but I cannot make a proper birth plan until I know what the status of my placenta previa is. And I can't make the proper birth plan without knowing if I am 100% comfortable with this new doctor delivering, you know, Sunnie. It's just so many things that's up in the air. But making a birth plan, obviously, making a birth plan is a loose plan because you never know what's gonna happen. You know, your blood pressure could spike. So many things can happen. And you can make a plan, but who's to say that that plan is gonna be carried out exactly how you thought it would be? No one can truly say that. But, you know, it's always good to have a plan, and right now it's kind of up in the air. Like, we don't have one. And we haven't been able to speak to a medical professional about one just because it's so hard to reach our doctors right now. And it's so hard to get an actual in-person appointment right now. So that is something that's also a major concern for us as new parents, and especially first-time parents during this time. Moving on to the next thing. Our next thing is preparing and resources. Now, most people are super excited about having baby showers and gender reveals and all these things because, you know, you'll be able to celebrate the birth of your child with your family and your friends. Now, we just got married in October of last year, so I was already not super hyped about having a huge baby shower in the first place. But, you know, Taman's mother said that she would throw us a baby shower in Alabama, which I was totally fine with because I'm like, as long as I don't have to plan it, I am all good. And his cousin said that she would, you know, opt to have it at her place, which is great because they all kind of live in the same area. That was gonna be awesome. And then my family back home would have a small baby shower at my mother's house. So either way, we weren't gonna be doing a whole lot of planning. Now, because of the current status of quarantine and because we are not able to travel as much as we normally would be able to, both of those baby showers have been canceled, which we see our families a lot throughout the year. So celebrating with our families wasn't the biggest deal to me, more so resources and preparing. So the thing with a baby shower is you usually buy whatever you don't get at a baby shower, you usually end up, you know, going on and purchasing those things after the baby shower. Right now, we don't know who's gonna send what. We don't know what anyone has already purchased. We don't know what to purchase versus what to wait on. We don't know if people are gonna be buying things late, you know, when all this is set. Who knows if this is gonna be over in June. Excuse me. If this is gonna be over in June and then, you know, they're like, all right, well, let's have a last minute baby shower. And then we like, oh shoot, we done bought all this stuff. You know, we could be saving that money for her. It's just really hard to prepare and to gather the resources that our loved ones and our family would love to give us when you haven't seen them, or, you know, you're not able to really know who's gonna get what, when is what gonna come, what we should get now, what we should get later. Like, it's just really hard to plan. And it's still 3 months away, so we have been purchasing some of the bigger items. You know, we already know that the crib is going to be taken care of. We definitely want like a chair, some sort of recliner in her room, so that, you know, when we have to feed her in the middle of the night, if we do knock out in there, there's somewhere for us to be. Her room is already painted, but, you know, you don't want to go ahead and buy a truckload of diapers when you know you're about to get a whole bunch of diapers from your loved ones. You know, it's really hard to prepare right now. And, you know, a lot of people do depend on baby showers for the majority of their resources. So that has also been something that is a concern of ours. It's just what to get, who's gonna get what, when we're gonna get these things, how we're gonna get these things. I mean, there's just a lot of up in the air right now. And then my last major thing is the unknown. Okay, so I don't know. Okay, so right now in New York, they have made it so that in some hospitals, moms are laboring alone. This is my first baby, y'all. I can't labor by myself. I just can't. And, you know, I didn't make this human by myself, so I wouldn't want my husband to not be in the room with me while I am giving birth to his first daughter, you know? So I just feel like that has made me kind of sad. I'm not even gonna front. And it's also just kind of like, it's been weighing like heavy on my heart what our labor experience is gonna look like. Is he gonna be able to be in there with me? Is he not gonna be able to be in there with me? If she has to make an emergency visit to the NICU, are we gonna be able to go see her? Are we not gonna be able to go see her? If I have to have an emergency C-section due to my previa, you know, what is that gonna look like? What's their plan like? So many unknown things. Also, like, how are they controlling the exposure in hospitals to new mothers and new babies? You know, we don't know who these nurses and these doctors are having lunch with before they come in to handle you and your baby. Like, it's just so many things up in the air. So many things to worry about. And I know that I'm not the only person, or we're not the only set of parents who are concerned about these things. There are millions of women around the world who are pregnant right now, who are expecting babies. So, you know, we're not the only ones in this boat. So we just want to basically let you guys know that we going through it too. And you know, stay calm, stay prayed up. Also, I'm doing everything I can to keep my health top notch during this time. You know, making sure I take my multivitamins. I am also including 500 milligrams of elderberry into my daily smoothies, sea moss into my daily diet. What else? You know, just trying to take care of myself, eating my fruits and my veggies, eating my Wheaties. And we want to send love to all the moms out there who are in a position just like me, who are wondering what our birthing experience is gonna look like. We're gonna get through this, y'all. It's gonna be okay. And yeah, that's about it for me. Those are my 4 major concerns. And yeah, other than that, we're doing perfectly fine. My appetite has picked up a little bit, and so has my tiredness, hence why I'm recording this in my room. But overall, I've been feeling good. I've been feeling great in terms of my health. This has definitely taken a little damper on my mood. Taman! So yeah, over the past few days, it has taken a little damper on my mood, but I encourage all the other moms out there who are going through the same thing as me to keep your heads up. Don't stress, because you don't want to stress your little baby out, and we're gonna be okay through this all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. If you're a mama and you have some of these concerns, drop your channel in the comments, or drop your comments and concerns in the comment section, and you know, let's talk about it. Let's communicate about it. Let's maybe even problem solve how we can further prepare. And thank you guys so much for watching. Peace and love to you all.